1 Samuel chapter 4. Here, finally, Eli and his two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, die on the same day, when Israel have lost a great battle and the ark of God has been captured by the Philistines. Eli is sitting on a bench, and he's an old man, 98 years old, and a messenger comes and says, "Yeah, there's been a great slaughter, we lost the battle, and your two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead." Well, he doesn't make any response, and then he says, "And the ark of God has been captured." And when he made mention of the ark of God, Eli falls off his seat and dies. He has a stroke and dies immediately. It was when he made mention of the ark of God. He loved that ark of God more than he loved his own sons. You go on to read here about Phinehas's wife, that's Eli's daughter-in-law, was pregnant and was about to give birth, and she's in labour, and they come and tell her, "There's been the great battle and your husband's just been killed, and the ark of God has been taken." And as she's dying, she gives birth to the little boy, and she says, "Call him Ichabod, because the glory has departed from Israel, because the ark of God has been taken." So she, just like Eli, had this huge love for the ark. It was in their heart. And when you read the condemnation of Eli, it's really tough. He didn't care for God's people. He didn't care for the glory of God, God says, at all. He had no spirituality. He was so unspiritual that when he sees Hannah praying in her own mind, but her lips are moving, but she doesn't speak any words, he can't understand that she's actually praying. How can you just pray in your own mind? And it's the same with Israel and Judah in the days of Jeremiah. They covered the altar with tears, saying, "The temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, it's going to be destroyed, although you love it." You see here that religion and the love of religious symbols, the love of the church hall, the love of the ambience and even the smell of the building and the whole way it is and the tradition that's built up and the history of how it was. You can love all that religion and not be spiritual one little bit. This is the danger of religion, of denominationalism, all that. That it can kid people that I'm okay with the Lord. Beware and ask yourself that question. Am I just religious? Now, that's not going to save you. Or am I spiritual? And let's take the warning from Eli and his daughter-in-law.